Okay folks, welcome back. So what I want to do in this video is the last video there I was working on a simpler floating router. If you guys haven't seen anything, just have a look at my videos and you'll see this rig that does mortise and tenons. Just makes it, it's a pretty slick rig. Anyhow, this one here it was another try at a floating router, a smaller version, and it works. However, it's too complicated. So what I'm going to do in this next little set of videos here is I'm really going to simplify this rig and make it so that it's got a lot less pieces, and it's going to be a lot easier to line up, and it's going to be a lot easier to build as well. So just looking at things here, I've got some scrap melamine around, and what I'm going to do is you can imagine, okay, with this thing now, I've got 3 boxes basically built. This is my bunks on either end. This is where my work piece is gonna set, and then I've got the router box in the middle, and then I've got another one on the end. Well, I really don't need to do that. What I'm going to do in this new one, I'm just getting ready to make the cuts, is I'm actually just going to make 2 sides that run right through from side to side, and then I'll just put a divider in the center, and then a piece on the end so that my fence will, that's what my pieces will set up on. So it's going to make it a lot easier to build. I'm going to make mine 30 inches wide is what I'm going to make it. And 30 inches tall, a nice even number as well. And then all I'll have to do is just put a divider in the center, and that's where my router will fit. And I'm going to simplify it quite a little bit too, because this was made with 2 or 3 different boxes. All it's going to be is one box that runs right up through. The router will get mounted to that, and then we'll just have to hook up our little lever. So you guys, hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of the video. What I'm going to do now is start cutting. I've got a chunk of melamine over here. I'm going to cut the 2 sides, cut these 2 sides, and then I'll start assembling it, and I'll turn the camera on as I get it done. So, here we go. Alright guys, so I got some pieces cut here. So these are going to be my 2 outside pieces, and then these are going to be my 2 inside pieces that'll go together like this. And all I've got to do is just drill a few pocket holes down each side, and that's how that base will get hooked together. So I'll go ahead and drill some pocket holes in these, and then we'll start to get this together. Alright guys, so you can see now the way I'm going to do this is I just actually cut this little filler in between here, and that's going to enable me just to put this this center board up against it, and then the pocket holes, because I'm going from the outside, will push against that tight. I'll be able to put one on both sides and then do both sides, and that's going to give me a nice consistent spot in the middle for my router mechanism to run on. So I'll get this screwed together, and then I'll turn the camera back on to show you guys the next little step. Alright, so now I got this thing screwed together. You can see how just the pocket holes down each side. I had that spacer block in the middle. So what took like a whole bunch of pieces, you know, trying to make all these fences on either side, and then trying to get them lined up from side to side and get them parallel and all that stuff, has turned into simply 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces so far. And now all I've got to do is just put a piece in between here. And I think what I'll do is just add a few blocks part way down to keep this rib right here from flexing any when my piece goes in between. So that's what I'll do right now. I'm going to get a few pieces in this just to stiffen this up. And then it's not going to be long. We're going to be mounting our piece in the middle for our router to move up and down. So I'll get some of that done, and then I'll show you a bit more. Alright, so I got my braces in place. So you could see how many pieces it took to get this fence system all geared up. And then it was hard to get it even this way, pretty bad. And it was even hard to get it this way because it was stuck up in the air so far there. And then it was hard to get it from side to side. So this new one, as you can see, this is going to be my fence that my template will sit on, get clamped to. This is where my workpiece will set and get clamped to. And now you can see, because it's just one piece of material, there's no problem lining it up from side to side. This thing is coming out perfectly flat now, and it's perfectly square to these pieces. So just a lot simpler machine to build. So you can see how many pieces it took to get this built. Now we're down to just a few square pieces. I did add braces into the bottom as well, as you can see, just the same as the top. And I likely will add one to the center too, just to keep this melamine from flexing here in the middle. But though I'm going to wait till later. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make the box that the router's going to slide up and down inside there. I'll get that made, and then I'll shoot you guys another video. So you guys, hopefully you're having fun watching. Hopefully you'll keep tuning in. And you guys keep tuning in. I'm going to show you guys how to make a super simple to make floating router for doing the mortise and tenons. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.